Picture this. It's Monday morning, 2026. Your alarm goes off, but instead of that familiar dread of commuting, traffic jams, and fluorescent lights, you roll over, grab your laptop, and you're at work, in your pajamas, with your cat as your coworker. The office is dead, and I'm not talking about some distant prediction or futuristic fantasy. I'm talking about right now, January 2026. The traditional office, as we knew it, has flatlined. But here's the twisted part. Nobody sent out the memo. Companies are still building skyscrapers. Managers are still demanding butts and seats. And millions of workers are caught in this bizarre limbo, commuting to ghost towns and business casual. So what happened? How did we get here? And more importantly, why is everyone pretending everything is fine? Let's rewind to 2020. The pandemic forced the largest work-from-home experiment in human history. Overnight, millions discovered something revolutionary. They didn't need the office. Productivity didn't collapse. The sky didn't fall. In fact, for many companies, things got better. Employees were happier, more focused, and strangely enough, more productive without Bob from accounting interrupting them every 15 minutes. But then came the pushback. By 2021 and 2022, CEOs started their return to office campaigns. They said it was about culture, collaboration, and innovation. They said remote work was killing creativity. They said we needed those water cooler moments. But here's what they didn't say. They had invested billions in real estate. They had entire management structures built on physical supervision. They had identities tied to corner offices and executive floors. The office wasn't just a place to work. It was a symbol of power, hierarchy, and control. Fast forward to 2024 and 2025. Companies like Amazon, Google, and JP Morgan issued strict return-to-office mandates, 5 days a week, no exceptions. They expected compliance. They expected workers to fall in line like they always had. But something unexpected happened. Workers said no. Not loudly, not with protests or picket lines. They just left, quietly, strategically. They found fully remote positions. They started businesses. They moved to cheaper cities, cheaper countries even. They optimized their lives around freedom, not proximity to a cubicle. And now, in January 2026, we're seeing the consequences. Office buildings in major cities are sitting at historic vacancy rates, 30, 40, sometimes 50% empty. Manhattan, San Francisco, London, entire business districts that once buzzed with life now feel like movie sets, clean, polished, abandoned. The small businesses that depended on office workers are collapsing. Coffee shops, lunch spots, dry cleaners, all closing because their customers disappeared. Cities are facing massive budget shortfalls because commercial real estate taxes are plummeting. It's a domino effect nobody saw coming, or maybe they did and just hoped it wouldn't happen. Meanwhile, the workers who left, they're thriving. They're working from Bali, from small towns, from their childhood bedrooms. They're spending time with their kids. They're avoiding 2-hour commutes. They're living life on their terms. And they're not coming back. But here's where it gets interesting. The companies that resisted remote work the hardest are now bleeding talent. Their best people left. Their recruitment pipelines dried up. Young graduates don't want to sign up for decades of commuting when remote positions are everywhere. The leverage has completely flipped. So why are some companies still pretending the office matters? Control, tradition, ego. It's hard to admit you were wrong. It's harder to admit that the entire infrastructure you built your career around is obsolete. Some CEOs genuinely believe that innovation requires physical presence. They point to brainstorming sessions, spontaneous collaborations, the energy of a shared space. And sure, there's truth to that for certain teams, certain industries. But the idea that every job, every role, every function requires a physical office 5 days a week, that's not about productivity. That's about control. And workers see through it. They've tasted freedom. They've experienced what it's like to design their day around their life instead of the other way around. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. Here's the reality. The office isn't completely dead. It's evolving. The future isn't fully remote or fully in person. It's hybrid, flexible, intentional. Companies that understand this are winning. They're using office space for specific purposes: team building, collaboration sprints, onboarding, not as a daily prison. The ones clinging to the old model, they're dinosaurs. And we all know what happened to the dinosaurs. So what does this mean for you? If you're still commuting every day to sit in a cubicle doing work you could do from anywhere, ask yourself, why? Is it really necessary, or is it just tradition? Are you there because it makes you better at your job? Or because someone with a corner office feels uncomfortable with change? The office is dead. Long live the office. But the new office doesn't have walls. It doesn't have a dress code. It doesn't require you to waste hours of your life in traffic. The new office is wherever you do your best work. And if your company hasn't figured that out yet, don't wait for them. The world has moved on. The only question is, have you? If you want more real economic analysis, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it. Your support helps this content grow and keeps the conversation alive.